AMD has given investors reasons to be confident in its chip business. Wall Street is hyped, the stock has ripped higher, but analysts warn the path is bumpy. Everyone wants smarter apps, but nobody wants to wait in the compute line. If AI is going mainstream, compute is the toll booth, and AMD is selling toll plaza blueprints. The market's mood, excitement, and a little vertigo. Over the past few weeks, AMD's stock has shot sharply higher, a rally that, by some measures, sits around plus 43% this month as investors cheer big AI deals and rack-scale wins. That kind of move is a shorthand for Wall Street smells a possible land grab. At the same time, AMD's market value sits in the hundreds of billions, a signal that the market is pricing in a credible role for AMD in AI infrastructure. The firm's market capitalization is reported around $378 billion as of mid-October 2025. Translation: confidence is high, momentum is real, and the headline numbers are drawing eyeballs. But headline momentum and smooth execution are not the same thing. Why the world's economy is being pulled by AI, and thus by compute. AI isn't just a party trick, it's a new layer that sits on top of lots of industries: search, advertising, software as a service, healthcare diagnostics, finance, supply chain, and entertainment. As those industries adopt AI features, two things happen: demand for inference, real-time AI answers, explodes. Every app that wants instant, smart responses needs inference compute close to users. Training grows more ambitious. Bigger models, more fine-tuning, and broader multimodal systems drive training compute. That combination means compute demand scales both vertically, bigger models, and horizontally, more endpoints, and so the world economy gets, effectively, a new engine, AI compute. When that engine revs, companies that build, integrate, and deliver compute capacity become strategically important. AMD's recent wins, why investors felt justified to cheer. A few large announcements shifted investor sentiment from maybe to now. AMD's publicized deals and rack-scale initiatives, including commitments from major cloud players to deploy AMD's next-gen Instinct MI450 GPUs in Helios racks, convinced many investors that AMD is actually moving from engineering proofs to real capacity delivery. Oracle, for example, has announced plans to deploy 50,000 MI450 GPUs in a new AI supercluster beginning in 2026, using AMD's Helios rack design, a concrete, non-hype order that matters a lot. When customers place orders like that, it's not just revenue, it's supply chain choreography. Wafers, HBM stacks, board assembly, rack integration, power hookups, every step needs to happen on schedule for the business thesis to play out. By the way, if you are benefiting from the content so far and want more like this, like the video, it means much to me. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications bell, and comment the word more. Just go ahead and type the word more so I know. Now that you have commented, let's continue. What inference really is: simple, practical, and how AMD fits into it. Inference is the work of taking a trained model and running it to produce answers for users. It sounds trivial, but at scale it's a nightmare of latency, memory, and throughput. Key technical points: plain English, latency matters. Users expect near-instant results. That demands both fast GPUs and smart orchestration. Memory rules. Large language models don't just need flops. They need lots of fast memory close to compute, HBM, to store activations, embeddings, and context windows. Precision tricks cut costs. Techniques like quantization and reduced precision, FP8, FP4, or other optimized formats, let you do inference faster and cheaper while keeping answers good enough. AMD's OCM software and Instinct GPUs support modern low-precision inference modes and optimizations that reduce costs per query while keeping quality. In short, inference is an orchestration of memory, math, and software, and AMD's play is to offer hardware, MI450, and system designs, Helios, that make that orchestration easier for cloud customers. Helios plus MI450, the one box story, and why boxes matter. You can sell chips, or you can sell a box that's ready for the data center. AMD is pushing Helios, A rack-scale reference design built around the MI450 that crams a lot of memory and throughput into a serviceable package. Per AMD's own materials, a Helios rack with MI450 GPUs can deliver massive FP8 and FP4 throughput and terabytes of HBM per rack, enabling very large models and dense inference loads without sprawling cabling nightmares. Why that's important? Hyperscalers and enterprise clouds usually prefer integrated solutions that reduce deployment time and operational complexity. A rack that's designed for dense AI tasks can be a product in itself, and customers buying capacity often want that turnkey capability. The ecosystem puzzle: compute relies on many moving parts. Here's a crucial point: compute demand doesn't just call for chips, it calls for everything that supports chips. The stack includes semiconductor fabs and advanced packaging, HBM stacks, advanced nodes, board and rack assembly, systems integrators, data center construction, physical space, cooling, mechanicals, power supply and grid upgrades, utilities, large transformers, substations, networking and software orchestration, RCM, orchestration layers, model serving stacks, financing and long-term cloud contracts. Customers need predictable cost models. This is why analysts caution: the product roadmap is only one part of the equation. If wafer supply, packaging shortages, or power constraints emerge, deployments get delayed, and delays dent expectations. Want a concrete data point? Grid and data center power demand forecasts show rapid growth. Researchers estimate utility power needs for data centers will climb substantially over the next few years, forcing serious conversations about new generation capacity and location strategy. Energy and the surprising link to nuclear: yes, really. Because AI compute is hungry, we're seeing cloud providers and governments rethink energy supply. Large AI clusters want stable, high-density power, and in some regions that conversation has turned to nuclear as a candidate for reliable base load. Thought experiment: if an operator plans a multi-gigawatt AI campus, what's the least awful option for continuous, low-carbon power? For many planners, nuclear is back on the table, among other solutions. There are also near-term approaches: more high-voltage transmission, localized renewables plus storage, and utility upgrades. But the point is the same: compute equals energy equals infrastructure. This is where AMD's argument becomes strategic. If compute demand requires new data centers, new energy contracts, and new rack designs, someone who can talk to chip fabs, cloud builders, and integrators can become a practical center of gravity for the ecosystem. That someone could be AMD, and just this year ending we could see AMD hit $300 plus. Note this as well. And he saith unto me, seal not the sayings of the prophecy of this book, for the time is at hand. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still, and he which is filthy, let him be filthy still, and he that is righteous, let him be righteous still, and he that is holy, let him be holy still. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according as his work shall be. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life, and may enter in through the gates into the city. Revelation 22 verses 10 to 14. If we fully obey the Lord, the Creator of heaven and earth, and carefully follow all his commandments, he has promised to set us high above all the nations of the earth. Deuteronomy 28. We shall be blessed when we come in and when we go out. I appeal to you to accept God and let him be your guide, for he will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged. Deuteronomy 31 verse 8. Want more information? Please check the description section. That's the end for now. If you have watched until the end, drop a comment like this: I stayed until the end. Just comment that I stayed until the end. When I see this comment, I will give you a heart. 3 more favors I request from you. First, like this video, subscribe and then turn on the notifications bell. If you do this, you greatly encourage me to continue bringing to you insightful content. Do not miss out on our future videos full of insight. All I am asking is your subscription. Thanks for joining us today. Your support means so much to us. Do not hesitate to share this video to help someone who may benefit. I recommend that you watch the next video, subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts about today's video. Wish you God's blessings and care. Faith and prayer will do what no power on earth can accomplish. See you in the next video by God's mercy.